This is Saudi Arabia's de facto ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He is practically in charge of the kingdom's most important affairs. From top-level military decision-making to economic planning and social policy-making, the young crown prince seems to have the final say everywhere. He was catapulted into senior positions when his father, King Salman, took power in 2015. Ever since, he has aggressively gotten rid of his rivals and further tightened his grip on state affairs.
He just wants to take over all the wealth and all the power from everyone else, and he smashes everyone. This guy only takes money and spends it on himself, as we have seen. He bought a $500 million yacht.
Over the past year, bin Salman has intensified his efforts to improve Saudi Arabia's image. The autocratic regime has perhaps the most notorious human rights record in the whole region and beyond. The young prince is portraying himself as a social reformist who wants to modernize the kingdom. He has recently lifted the ban on women driving, cinemas, and allowed women to go to sports stadiums. But rights groups say the changes are not genuine and are actually an attempt to appease the West.
A real reformer and a person who is doing good will not commit all these types of crimes. First of all, waging war against the poor Yemenis. Secondly, continuing the deployment of the forces against the Bahraini people. Thirdly, committing all the atrocities against his own people, especially in the eastern province.
Rights groups say gross violations are ongoing under the Crown Prince's watch. They say bin Salman is just trying to gloss over the kingdom's dismal human rights record. Human Rights Watch has published a scathing report slamming the de facto ruler for ignoring arbitrary detentions. The HRW says authorities in the kingdom have detained thousands of people for years without referring them to the court. Human Rights Watch has based its report on official data obtained from the Interior Ministry. An analysis by the rights group in 2014 showed that just over 290 people had been detained arbitrarily for months. A comparison reveals that there has been an 8-fold increase in the past 4 years. The HRW's Middle East director says, quote, "If Saudi authorities can hold a detainee for months on end with no charges, it's clear that the Saudi criminal justice system remains broken and unjust, and it only seems to be getting worse."
He had to detain his cousins so that he will rip them of their wealth. As it was mentioned, more than $200 billion, $200,000 million has been taken by Mohammed bin Salman from his cousins without any judiciary application.
Saudi Arabia's rights abuses at home are serious and widespread, but the scale of brutality in its war on neighboring Yemen is dwarfing violations inside the kingdom. Saudi Arabia has been widely condemned by rights groups around the world for its indiscriminate attacks against Yemen. The Saudi war and blockade on Yemen have caused a humanitarian catastrophe, but the oil-rich kingdom is apparently unwilling to halt the aggression. The Saudi crown prince himself is the architect of the bloody war and is directly leading it. Critics say it's ironic that Western powers who claim to prioritize human rights are now helping portray Mohammed bin Salman as a social reformer.